What is going on, everyone? Here again, here for you, some Call of Duty Ghosts, and today, playing a little bit of free-for-all here on the map Sovereign. We're using a Vector here, and this is actually my first time ever playing free-for-all on this map. Never played it before, and I do pretty well. This is one of those games that made me, kind of fall in love with the Vector. You saw at the very beginning, I just kind of crouched down. As soon as I spawned in, I'm like, alright, where are the bad guys? Ended up killing off a couple of them. I'm like, alright, maybe this is a good little area here. Something about this map and me just click when it comes to free-for-all. And I do pretty well, and I hope you guys will enjoy watching the gameplay. But I would like to take this video to discuss a topic a bit different than gameplay, and I'm definitely kind of regarded as a gameplay person, but something completely irrelevant to this particular gameplay. Alright, so I want to talk about gaming as a whole. To me, gaming has always been a social experience, okay? No longer am I that kid playing Medal of Honor European Assault in my bedroom by myself on my PlayStation 2. Gaming has taken that to a whole new level with the integrations of Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network and the internet as a whole. I didn't have internet until I was in 8th grade, which means I would have been probably 12-ish. I don't know. But yeah, now we're playing with people from all around the world. You're trying to enjoy a gaming experience with these people. It could be people you know, it could be people you just met online, it could be people that you've been friends with that live across the country from you. Gaming it's a social experience now. And now that I'm on the Xbox One, it's like, I don't have that anymore, because no one I know has the Xbox One anymore, so it's like, this is kind of bothersome. And it got me thinking a bit about games as a whole in the next gen. Alright, so there's a few games, there's 3 games in my mind that were just phenomenal, mind-blowing games that I played the holy hell out of and still do play. These games are Red Dead Redemption, which was, it was by Rockstar, Skyrim, which is by Bethesda, and then Borderlands 2, which is by Gearbox. And these games are just such fantastic games. And I wonder, now that we're on next gen, now that no longer will games be held back by the fact that they need to work on both PC as well as on this old hardware that we have on the PlayStation 3 and on the Xbox 360, now that games can maybe evolve a bit more, maybe not right now, but probably a year or two down the line, will games become more like Borderlands 2? Now, Borderlands 2 to me was a game that was, it was a game changer, right? It's a co-op game, but it's a single-player game. Yeah, it's a multiplayer game. It's also an MMO, in a way. It's a game that a lot of different things can happen, alright? So Borderlands 2 is a game that you can buy no problem whatsoever. I mean, of course, you need to know how to play the game, understand the game, and get the right stuff. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but you can beat Borderlands 2 just by yourself. You can just run around and just beat it. That's fine. Or you can play it with a friend. And playing with a friend, nothing changes. Right? Red Dead Redemption was a game I loved. Like, I love the single player of Red Dead Redemption, but the multiplayer was really lacking. The multiplayer itself, it wasn't a co-op, it was a multiplayer. It was multiplayer in that it was an open, free world, it was a free roam, open world game in the multiplayer sense, and you couldn't really do anything besides, like, shoot people and attack different kinds of forts. That was the extent of the multiplayer. But when you play Borderlands 2, you play the entirety of the game. Not a single thing changes, you just have more people in the game, and the difficulty of the enemies you're facing scales up, and a lot of games do this, to how many people are in the game. It's also a game that there are raid bosses, which require you to have like 4 people to be able to beat. Now, of course, there's tons of videos out there of people say soloing Terramorphous, by themselves. But the thing about killing Terramorphous by yourself, or killing any of the raid bosses, doing it solo, is you're gonna need some really good gear, and you can only get that good gear by killing other raid bosses, which you're gonna need to do with people. All right, so it's a game. Okay, so picture this: how many of you are Fallout fans? How many of you guys like Fallout? I'm sure a lot of you guys do. I'm not particularly fond of this series, but I acknowledge that a lot of people like the series. What if Fallout 4 was co-op? Similar to Borderlands 2. It would be the exact same game, except there could be 4 couriers. I've only played New Vegas. The main character was a courier. How would that be? You guys play. The difficulty of all the enemies and all the things that you encounter, they, of course, will scale up depending on how many people you're playing with, 1 to 4 people. But it's still the same game. It's not a different game. How would Skyrim be? Skyrim was so good. The Elder Scrolls Online, I'm definitely going to be checking that out once that comes out. But Skyrim was such a good game to me. And imagine Skyrim with 3 of your friends. It's the exact same game. What the Borderlands 2 did is they made it so, you know, you're the vault hunter. You're trying to find the vault, right? And if your other friends joined, they were just different vault hunters, and they never acknowledged there was more of you there. It was you guys were all together in the same game, and you were playing through the story mode. Now do the same thing for Skyrim. Just have there be 4 Dragonborns, but no NPCs actually acknowledge the fact that there's 4 of you. It just kind of, you play through the entire game. You can do it together in a co-op sense. I think that would be fantastic. I want every game from here on out to at least have that feature. It's beautiful, right? It's perfect. It just writes itself. Like, you can have a single player game. Like, let's say, you know, you like single player. You dig single player. Fine, it's a single player game. Or it at least, but then at the same time, it still gives you the option to have, you know, 2, 3, 4 people in the game with you that you can experience the game together in a co-op sense. That is what I hope the future of gaming is, because that is awesome. I could imagine Skyrim with more people. That would just be freaking, whew, that'd be fantastic. But either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed the gameplay. It's wrapping up here. I went 30-2. My first time playing on this map, and I thought it was pretty good. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Is this a good idea? Am I onto something here? Is this the future of gaming? Because I hope it is. I hope every single player game gives you a co-op feature. And of course, if you guys never experienced Borderlands 2, I have a 100-episode Let's Play on my Let's Play channel. There's a link in the description to that if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. I did it with my brother and Toucan, and then kind of stopped partway through, and then picked it back up with Foxhound and Vicious. And it's 100 episodes long of Borderlands 2. Beat the damn game 3 times. It's a fun game. It's a really interesting twist, and I hope the future of games is something similar to what Borderlands 2 did. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 grand rocks, that's how I roll. I got 1 year go. Are you bipolar? I'm by win here, win there, win everywhere. I'm a total freaking star from Mars. Come on, bro, I got target.